Good, and this can be at your own pace, guys. That's okay. At your own pace, guys. Here, breathe. I see some interpretive side pieces here. Just a second. Now, you go ahead and get everyone's going to reset their numbers. You have to swing, just like the regular racing thing. If you snap your leg, you're going to get no benefit out of this, except for practicing your side. So go ahead and go toes, totally sideways this morning. Belly flat. Grab your gloves up looking this way. Keeping your toes touching. Keeping it in line with my other leg. I'm going to lift up and come back down. Right over that side, that's fine. Then I go a little higher. Then I go a little higher. Things to look out for. If I'm going like this, where I'm crunching forwards, I'm not doing this right. If I'm leaning backwards, like Floyd Mayweather, I'm not doing this right. Once you're here, posture up, lift, and come back down. If you couldn't balance here, you shouldn't swing that high. Does that make sense? All right, tap on both sides. Ready to go. There we go. Like toe sideways. Even more. Toe sideways. You said. Okay. Oh, even more. That's it. Even more. Good. That bottom foot there can be pivoted facing towards the back of the foot. Keep going. There we go. Good. Getting there. And toe sideways. I did not. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. When you're done, can I have it? Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Awesome. Pretty hard. Sorry, part of my procedure, I do have to temperature check y'all real quick. Give me just a second. I would tell you to do jumping jacks while we're doing this, but that's literally going to raise your temperature. So. Oh no, you're dead. Oh, move your bangs because right now it does say that you're dead. Not dead anymore. Awesome. Move those chains. Why are you so dead? Awesome. I hope I can move those chains. There we go. Awesome. Thank you, sir. There we go. Awesome. Fabulous. Thank you guys. Much appreciated. I know not always the funnest thing in the world. Here's what I need to see from you. You're going to give me 10 jumping jacks. You're going to give me 10 push-ups. You're going to give me 10 burpees. And then you're going to take a seat crisscross applesauce. Ready to go? And then, sir, if you'll take your belt off for me when you're done. Thank you. Thank you. You guys both passed. Nice. Good job. Come here. Come in. Good. You guys are almost there. Keep it up. Come here. There. Almost there, guys. Awesome. All right. I've got one little action before we get this on the road. Come on up for me, sir. As everyone knows, this is Mr. Go. He has been training with his son and his daughter, Miss Kinley, who's a little ninja, for probably, 8 months now? 9 months? Yeah. He's been a fabulous member of our team, and I'm happy to promote him today to his orange belt. Let's give him a big round of applause. Woo! Go attention. And back. Go arms out like an airplane for me. Do you want me to do it, or do you want you to do it? Awesome. Thank you, sir. It might be a little bit big here. All right. Are you ready, sir?
Yep.
I proudly promote you to the rank of orange belt.
Thank you.
Run! and when you come back, you're going to go to these spots, but scooted back 2 lines. Does that make sense? Yes, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Ready, go. Oh, is it like a tennis ball back? Oh,
And then you come back.
not quite today. We're going to do a lot of traditional stuff today. Okay. Awesome. And we're going to do a little bit of box. You went through all of them?
Yeah.
You know your 9 blocks? You know your alternating blocks?
Yeah, it's just a little hard.
I'll take it. All right.
I'm gonna show mom.
Take your time. It depends on how far we get. All right, let me make sure that this camera is moved to where everyone can see. Awesome. Sheree is online with us as well. And you know what? Let's move you a little bit more this direction today, Miss Sheree. That way you should be able to see. And you know what? Scoot up 1 more line for me, guys. I misjudged a little bit. Perfect. Awesome. So what we're going to be focusing this rotation are your sitting stances and your several different blocks. Now, if you guys get this down, what I'd like to get into teaching is to have everyone learn part of a form this rotation as well, but it's not required for people with your rank right now. Purple belt and above do need to know that form. However, if you guys want to take the initiative to do so, I'm not going to punish you. You're more than welcome to. But let's get this show running. Let's start with the most important, in my opinion, blocks that you're going to learn on the cool side of martial arts. Everybody go ahead and say 9 block.
9 block.
Now, a 9 block, we call it a 9 block because it looks like a 9 when it is completed. Does everyone see my 9? Or backwards 9, right? I'm here or I'm here. Now, what a 9 block does, it breaks the leg. Everybody say, ooh, ooh. And it legitimately comes up. It's grabbing whatever you brought, so the leg, specifically the calf muscle, and it comes down and it breaks through that leg position. So what I mean by that, are you flexible? Can I borrow you? I'll take it. Come on up. All right. So if I have Mr. Nathan right here, we're going to scoot this way so the cameras can see us. Okay, bud? What you're going to do, I'm going to break your leg, okay? I'm joking. I won't break your leg. But let's say if I have Mr. Nathan, if he's here, if he comes up with like a front kick, I'm going to grab his leg for this front kick. This is my 9. This is my bent portion, right? I'm coming up. This is my straight portion. In theory, Van breaks the leg. There comes the 9 block. Does that make sense? Thank you very much, sir. Go and jump up to that spot. Yeah, so I've lifted down onto the break itself. So what we're gonna do here, we're gonna practice this with our hands. Yes, in the real world, don't do this. Don't break people's legs, but it is a traditional method. Or they're what? Unless they're bad. Yes, don't break their legs unless they're bad. I'll take it. Go and stand up for me. Your hands are 2 knee. Should you kind of a fun chamber? This chamber is incredibly similar to another one that we have, which is called an alternating block. How this works is you're going to lift one arm up, and the other arm is down. Now, the hand that's on the top side is the punching straight arm. The hand that's low here is going to end up here in this position. The hand that's high ends up low. So from here, instead of just coming like down this way, it's not a swing. I'm lifting and I'm pounding, right? So this is like a punch downward. As I punch downward, this other hand that's going to come up is going to lightly punch my arm. That's how I know that I've stopped correctly. Now, where I'm hitting on my arm here is my knuckles are coming right above my elbow. I'm going to go ahead and go knuckles into elbow. Let your elbow bend a little bit. You should feel it right there. Lift and drop. Good. Now keep your posture up. You can lean at the start, but then you want to keep yourself up. Try it again. Same hand. One other hand is down straight. One hand up, one hand down. Drop. Good. Posture up. Some forms, you will lean down and do this because you're breaking someone's leg. Some, your posture's up. One more time on the side. Ready? Drop. Other hand lifts. Good. Drop. Now look, which hand's down, which hand's up? Choose those hands for me, sir. There we go. Awesome. Lift again. Good. Think which hand's high, which hand's low. And drop. Good. There we go. Hands up again. Drop. One more time. Over here. One hand up, one hand down. Drop. And back to me. Now we're going to go ahead and we're going to rotate these back and forth. This is where everyone gets this all wonky because it's so weird thinking this hand is lifting is going all the way down. You're alternating. So if I'm here, my first alternate, I beat my second one, my third one, right? All that I'm really doing is from this position, the hand that's come inward is just lifting up again when I switch. So from 2-week position, we're here, flip one hand up, one hand down. Good, ready? Drop. And flip. Switch those hands, Miss Zoe. Switch your hands, my dear. There you go. Good. Switch your hands, Mr. Side. Drop. Good. There we go. Now the hand that's tight comes up. Got it. The hand that's tight comes up. Drop. So the hand that's low stays low. The other hand just comes up. Good. So lift it. Drop. Lift it. Drop. 2 more. Lift it. Drop. Got it. Which arm's down? I know this is where it gets confusing. Your left arm should be out right now. Left arm. Good. There we go. Last one. Lift. And drop. And take it out. All right. How's that feel? Who feels a little bit of a sting when they punch their own arm? If you feel a little bit of it, that's okay. All right, I should be dropping. That's part of making it look fancy. Just don't hurt yourself. We're going to go ahead. We're going to keep this same idea of twisting motion, but we're going to change how we're breaking something now. Now, this next one is called an alternating block. You've also probably heard it referred to as a scissor block because you're scissoring whatever's coming towards you, right? One hand comes up, one hand comes down, they meet in the middle, and they continue. So, yes, sir. Yes. So in tight tail jump, this is something that you see. That's scissor motion. They're called scissor blocks, alternating blocks. Now, who wants to guess what this one does?
Break someone's arm.
Yes, you are correct, sir. Break someone's arm instead of their leg, right? So if Mr. Braden's punching towards me, bam! I keep going, his arm breaks. Does that make sense? Kind of mean, right? So when you think about it, you have to keep your momentum. It's not here and slow. Comes through. So now I want you guys to listen to this motion really quickly, and you have to be super duper quiet in order to hear it. I want you to hear my hoodie, all right? I'm going to do it again. Now I'm not hitting my arm. I'm hitting my uniform. The top hand comes to the inside of my arm stair as it's dropping down. So let's go right hand up, left hand down. I want you to listen to your uniform or your hoodie or whatever you have on, your t-shirt. Listen to it make that noise. We're coming in and down. Good. On this side again. That goes in and down. Good. A little faster. In and down. A little faster. In and down. Good. Keep switching. In and down. In and down. Full speed if I'm doing this. I start up and I start down, perpendicular to the floor. There's my switch. There's my switch. Does that make sense? Okay. I'm going to fix that in a second. Go one arm up, one arm down. Every time I say switch, you're going to switch your hands. Ready? It's connecting to my phone. Switch. Switch. Good. Switch. 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 6, 7, 8. You should be all set with the speaker now. 9 and 10. And take it out. Okay. Hopefully the idea is there. One thing that I want to make sure that you guys don't do when it comes to this alternating block is you don't want it to end far away from each other. If I'm doing this here and I'm ending out here, does this protect me in any way? No. But this landing position literally protects my head and my leg. So when it ends, it stays in close to you. Let's go ahead and do this. You're going to stay where you're at. We're going to start working your sitting stance a little bit today. But in order to work your sitting stance, I want all of us, yes, sir? No. All right, I want all of us to come with me to grab a bow staff. Everybody say, ooh. All right, now, Bow staffs are toys or weapons?
Weapons.
Weapons. Can they be treated like toys?
No.
Not in my school. Not in my school. Come with me. All right.
All right, you're gonna walk in, you're gonna grab a bow staff in your hand, and you're going to use it. Slowly. So, we have a gang of children. See, they're gonna realize what this storm is happening. It's not gonna be so fun. Oh, yeah, I know. They know what this is. See, you figured it out. I think Mr. Gold figured out why we're using it. I don't think anybody else has. Okay, all right. Would it help you if I said please?
These are used to break ribs. You're using that one? They're used to break ribs. This is literally my height. Are you taking over my height?
I don't know if
There is none. My height. There's none. Why are they so big?
Well, it's gonna be painful.
Oh, maybe someone might have figured it out. So go ahead, take me.
I figured it out.
Yes, ma'am.
So, your bow staffs, they can be used as weapons against other people and as weapons against yourself. We're using this as a weapon against ourselves today. What I mean by that is you're using this as a device of torture and balance. Now, the cool thing about a bow staff is that it has to balance perfectly, right? If I do this correctly, I can balance a bow staff on one finger pretty easily. But I'm not balancing on one finger today. I'm balancing it on my leg. Now, what I mean by that is I'm going to start by making sure that I have the best posture possible. I see a lot of people that do this. I can stay here all day, right? Of course you could, because you're leaning over. You look like a cat that doesn't want to be picked up, right? You don't want that. What you want is you want legs apart, toes are at about a 45-degree angle. As I bend my knees here, I'm thinking about like a squat would. I'm not going out too far because it's going to be hard to balance on my knees. I'm thinking in, but not collapse. So in means above my heels. From here, this is where the bow staff sits. This is where my posture stays. Does that make sense?
Yes, ma'am.
Now I'm making it look easy, but it's all any adjustment, then you might need a wobble. Your goal today is to be able to rest this bow staff on your legs for 10 seconds. And that's it. 10?
What if I could do it for 20 or 30?
Oh, don't worry, we'll get there, but I have custom rules first. Take your belts, turn them around. A lot of people like to put their bow staff under their belt as a way to get out of this. Good. If you have these t-shirts, different things, smooth them down. So you can't like use them to bunch. There we go. And go ahead and stand up.
Don't use it.
Good. Oh, awesome. Right on time. Feet go about 1 shoulder length apart, 2 shoulder lengths apart. Toes out at that 45-degree angle. And I want you to think posture up right now. So it's not leaning back, posture up. Now you're going to bend your knees. You're going to take the bow staff as you're bending your knees. You're going to start to adjust where it feels good. I like it on the top part of my thighs. Some people like it close to their knees. So from here, bow staffs in front of you, bend your knees. Once you sit, start to adjust. Feel, where does my bow staff feel like? From there, hands come up. If you're having a hard time, hold hands behind your back. Good. There we go. Okay, then fall. Stand up. And take it out. All right, so we get the idea behind it, right? Now, especially if you are, the older you get, the harder this technique is. So if you are someone like Miss Zoe, you've got this down because you are so flexible, you could probably keep yourself there for like a minute, right? You're like, my muscles don't feel anything. That's good, but you're gonna feel it more when you get older, I promise. So as you get older, you guys notice you start to feel the trembling a lot sooner, especially in your upper thigh muscles here.
There we go. Second in.
So we're gonna try a drill. You've got 1 minute. In this 1 minute, your goal is to be able to keep this stuff on your legs the whole time. But if you don't, if it drops, that's okay. I just want you to count your drops. The number of drops you have at the end is the number of jumping jacks you have. Does that make sense? So this is no big consequence if you drop it, but I do want you to focus on keeping that balance. If you are so good that you are getting to the point where you're like here, you're like, I got this. That's next. Right? That's even harder for me. So start working punches, start working low blocks. See what you can do. Go ahead, see your part. Oh, don't drop yet, don't drop yet. I'll tell you when to drop. Save your legs. Get ready. Start to adjust, get set, and drop. Go for it. Time is started. If you have to touch before it touches the floor, it counts. If you have to touch it with your hands or it touches the floor, it counts as a point.
That's crazy, Zoe.
That's instead of leaning, posture. I know it hurts, but you're getting there. You're getting closer. Good. Think about how much do we have to bend our knees? At what angle do our legs have to be? Right? Think about the angle first, and then stick. We're getting close. Mr. Ghost got it. Miss Zoe's got it. All right. I believe I said something, right? Looking at you, got about 15 seconds left. You're almost there. Almost there. I think I was getting closer. 30 seconds. Good. That's the goal.
I've only touched that like about 10 times.
That's not that bad. Good. Deep breath. I know. It hurts our legs, right? And time. Take a deep breath.
I think I was
Now, it can be done. Holding this for an entire minute can be done. I have black belts that can do that drill. I can tell them to come in right now and they can show it to you. For my second degree black belt test, I didn't have a bow staff, but I had to hold a sitting stance alone for 5 minutes. So expect this to be something that you guys will continue to do. This builds leg strength like crazy. This is called a spinning stance or a force stance for a reason, because it grows those legs. And because it looks like you're sitting on a horse. But I don't even know what kind of motivational kickboxing music that is. Sorry, that threw me through a loop. I was like, that does not motivate me. All right, you're going to take your staffs. You're going to go ahead and set them away for me. I will disinfect them. And you're going to get some water, sanitize those hands, and come back for me. Ready to go.
Yeah, just a jacket.
Oh, yes, jumping jacks. If you have those residual jumping jacks, go for it. Thank you, buddy. That's every time your staff fell or you had to touch it.
The only thing you have to do is what? That's all. These also easy for me.
Oh, yes, be careful. You've got these on here.
I can't strike it.
And blocking and performance. There's nothing.
I know my.
You didn't have it?
My knee. I know my knee.
It hurts? That could mean because you're stretching out those muscles for the first few times. It should be normal unless it's like,
Yeah. I couldn't keep it off right now.
that's okay. It's just hurt like the knee area.
In this area?
Yes, that's normal.
Oh,
yes, sir.
Did you make these in my
No, I did not. They're from Century. They're from our martial arts group. So, yes, sir.
In the same spot where.
Go ahead. Actually, get gloves for me if you have them. Get gloves for me if you have them. You too, buddy.
Just another quick question. So for a boa staff, can they be like just like a regular stick?
Yeah.
Like a wood stick?
Absolutely.
I have one about right here. I use that for footing massage, practice with it.
Good. Yes.
And I actually even do snowboard. I go down and do some moves. And then once I get to the bottom, I get off.
Well, give me that line, Charles, please. Hey, boss, match your shirt today, sir. My brother. Got green on green. Oh, and then do a little bit more for me, Nathan. There we go.
I have had lots of sticks at home and I made a whistling noise for 2 years.
That means you swung it pretty hard then, huh? You should see Master Bob before his ghost down. You should hear it.
I did a lot of exercises.
Good. That means you're going to be tired by the end of class.
I like to work on research.
That's awesome. We've got Steven number here, so let's go. Ladies and gentlemen, over here for me, baby. Ladies and gentlemen, over here for me, baby. I hold you. Good. Josiah, you are not lady, my man. Lady and gentleman over here for me. I promise that was correct. Gentleman over there for me, please. Lady and gentleman over here for me. Lady and gentleman over there for me. Like the wind goes by. Awesome. Now, let me go ahead. I'm going to move this so Miss Shree can watch this as well. I'm going to go right in the center of the room here. Let me do this. Mr. Jackson, how are you, sir? Now I'm going to stand here with Mr. Jackson, and we're going to do a little bit of a partner exercise. Our focus this rotation is a slip. Everybody say slip. Slip. For those of you who know what a slip is, who can raise your hand and tell me what a slip is. What a slip is. All right, so how a slip works is if I pair my guarding stance with Mr. Jackson, he can throw a couple of different techniques at me. Last rotation, we focused on bob and weave. So if he throws a hook punch at me, I can bob and weave underneath him. But what happens if he throws a straight punch at me? Is it a smart idea to bob and weave a straight punch? No. Why?
Because
They can uppercut me. And it's also because if he throws that straight punch at me, and I try to go ahead, whichever hand you want, throw a straight punch at me. By the time I finish this bob and weave, he could have thrown about 4 or 5 punches. So what I'm going to focus on now is just moving off of my center line. He's aiming for my nose, right? So he's trying to hit me in the nose. In order for me to not get hit in the nose, aim for my nose, buddy. All I have to do is just move off my center line, right? I don't have to lean back. I don't have to lean forwards. I don't have to like go way far on either side. I literally have to move about 4 or 5 inches. I'm going to do that by pretending that I just threw a cross punch. So if he throws a cross punch at me, I'm going to pretend that I just threw a cross punch. I twist, I turn my shoulder, my hip, my heel, and I move my body. Now I'm not leaning backwards. I'm going downwards as I bend my knees. So again, he throws here, I go to the side. Now, did I lean forwards a little bit? Yeah, but not much. I'm not here, I'm dropping. So I'm going to punch at him, and he's going to slip to my pinky side. So he bends his knees, he turns like he threw a cross at me, and he comes back up. He punches at me, I throw my slip. I punch at him, he throws his slip. He punches at me, I throw my slip. You are aiming for your partner's nose, but you're going at about a 3 or 4 pace. As you're doing this, you want to make sure that it's not belly button here, it's belly button down. If you're ever wondering, your belly button should face downwards. Does that make sense, yes, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
What's your question, sir?
I think I know how this is effective.
How this is effective? It's effective because you're going off the center line, right? If he throws straight towards me, it's like a bullet in a gun. Bullet can only hit you going one direction. If he's going this direction and I go off the side of it, bam, it's not going to hit me anymore. Yes, sir.
Because we keep our guard up, I feel like when I dodge it or when I slip, it's just going down a little bit.
If that's a habit for you, which is a habit for me as well, I actually throw a check at the same time. So if I'm coming down here and he's throwing on the side here, I might get skimmed. So we'll go like this anyway, because if he throws and he follows up or he back fist or he hook punches, I've got that as well. So if you're having that issue, hold it time. Awesome. Any other questions? All right, let's get this shoulder right here. You're going back and forth. I throw my cross, he throws his cross. Slow. You can get to medium speed if you feel good with your partner. First, thank you very much, sir. Face your partner, go attention. Oh, we still have questions. Freeze! What's your question? You don't have to leave a check. No. All right, face your partner, go attention. Bow. And you're going to go ahead, bring your hands out like you were going to touch gloves. And I want you to touch gloves. So I want you to go glove to glove here. Now hold glove to glove. Now still going glove to glove. With your guarding stance here. So one hand's up, one hand's down. And scoot in a little bit. Take one baby step closer to each other. That should be the spot where you're at, because that's close enough for them to barely boot you. Does that make sense, yes, ma'am? Side facing the kickboxers or orange belts, you're crossing first. Side facing the kickboxers or orange belts, you're crossing first. Ready? Go for it. Yeah, great. Sorry, one more thing. I did not say this loud enough. Everybody say pinky side. Pinky side. Always go to the pinky side. If you go towards their thumb side, if you're slipping this way, I have a punch here ready for you, right? You always want to go to the pinky side so you can't get punched. Ready, go. Whoop. Is that thumb side, pinky side? So he's going to punch here? Yes. Now, Is your belly button up or down? Yes, ma'am. Try to get pretty cross and turn. Yes, awesome. Good job. That's good. Think a little bit more turn for me. Just a little bit more. Thank you. Good. Okay, this one was okay. This one a little more. Try it. Okay, beautiful. Keep that front and up. Good. So you're leaning a little bit for me. You're from here, or you're keeping the front leg straight. Keep the front leg bent and try it like you would like that. Yes, sir. If you're here, you can go up and throw a front back. If you're here, you take 10 steps. Yes, and that would be your front step. And stop. Nice. I have never seen this before. You're almost going up with it. What? Don't let that knee touch. A little less. What am I going to tell you? Bubble in. Oh, which side is her right on? If she punches out straight into, which side is her? Yes, sir. Try again. Get a little closer. One foot in front. As she's going to aim for your nose, you're going to think, hook punch, like you're going to pivot, and you tar your body. Ready? She throws. Just don't let your knees touch the ground, right? You can bend your knees, but if I touch, how easy is it for me to run away? It's not, right? You always want to be ready to run away. Try one more for me. Wait, how's the little side? Closer, okay. Awesome, we'll keep it up. We want to turn, but that's it. Nice job. Just focus those hands up for me, okay, bud? Looking good. And high. Okay, go ahead and take a knee for me. Last rotation, we focus what again? This rotation is the flip. So we're going to put these together. Now you need to go extremely slowly if you want to do this drill today. Let me do this. Miss Evelyn, where are you? If I have Miss Evelyn here, she's in her guarding stance. She's going to be punching towards me. She's going to have 1 minute to throw as many punches as she wants towards me at medium speed or less. Medium speed is like 5 or less. My hands are up, and I'm frozen in my guarding stance, meaning that I can't step backwards, I can't step forwards or sideways, I'm here. My hands are up, she can throw a jab, she can throw a cross, or she can throw a hook punch. If she hook punches, what's my next step? Bob and weave. So she throws a punch, I slip. She throws a punch, I bob and weave. She throws a punch, I slip. She throws a punch, I slip. She throws a punch, I bob and weave, right? So I'm going to keep going with this. She can throw as slow or as fast as she wants, not going far faster than 5 out of 10. Does that make sense? So I'm not going like, why aren't you getting this, Evelyn? Right? I help my partner. I help aid them to be better. Thank you very much, Lydia. Any other questions? Yes, sir.
Is it kind of like when you punch, you have to be back before you do the other one?
Yes. Yeah, I don't want like none of that. You're helping your partner get better at her slips and bob weaves. So your goal is to challenge her, but make sure that she's moving and you're not like physically hitting her. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. Awesome. Make your partner better at these techniques. Stand it on up. Sure. And now, even my hair's down today. Wow. I usually get that when I'm moving about. One step back on his feet. All right. If you're facing the kickboxers or you're an orange belt, you're punching first. You're punching first. You have 1 minute. I will tell you when to switch. Get ready. Get set. And go for it. Ooh, there we go. Oh, so when we bob and weave, right? Under that. Is he going to do again? Beautiful. Well, a little bit closer. Okay, Mr. Brady? That's it. 30 seconds, y'all. Keep it up.
I want to do another. I want to do
I think only when it doesn't work with this drill, right? Because that's because we have different ways to avoid them. So keep it up, guys. What about 15 seconds or so? Try to stay within the range of being able to boop your partner. You should still be able to boop your partner. There we go. There we go. We're close. One and time. All right, guys. Other side, other person. Big thing I saw in this last one, the first thing that we lost was this guarding stance. I started to see this, and I started to see this, and I started to see this, right? Hands are up, belly sideways. When in doubt, bend your body down more. Does that make sense? I'd rather be low than be up high. Yes, ma'am.
I just noticed this yellow belt with the orange belt all the spot here. One yellow.
What an astute observation. I like that. Very cool. You're right, my dear. All right, other person's gonna get going. So yellow belts, you're punching into your orange belt. Go right and stand. Oh, yeah. Never noticed that. Get ready. And go for it.
The other way around. Oh, right, yeah.
That's okay. Go for it. Yeah. There you go. Good. Think about your footwork. Footwork's the important part. That was better. Just keep on standing up. Ooh. For sure. I mean, yeah, that's kind of his natural.
And you know, we didn't do the W thing. We didn't do a lot of the W things where we went out to make that W shape. And that was what it looked like. We didn't do it.
That makes sense.
So like, how was it looking like this?
No, I get you. That's okay. And time. Okay. Overall, I'm happy with it. Although, when you guys finish, how many of you guys noticed that you started to kind of move that guarding stance a little bit? The guarding stance started to change. Good. So it's perfectly natural. A lot of times when we do bob and weave, we step on our bob and weaves. When we do these slips, we step to slip. The biggest thing I can say is pretend as if the balls of your feet are stuck in cement. They're frozen, but your heels can move. That's the best way to go about boxing here, is making sure you can always connect. But go ahead. Here's what we're going to do. We've got a couple minutes left of class. I'd like you guys to put your gloves away, sanitize your hands, get some water, and let us finish any class. Ready to go. Okay, finish out with something fun.
When are your next class?
I'm not sure when your next class is, but we have classes every day now.
We do?
We do, yeah. So we are back to classes every single day, and our capacity has opened up a little bit more.
I'm gonna ask if I can do it. When are you gonna teach me?
I usually teach Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday. Although I'm here every single day, I teach online classes on Tuesday. So I'm in the back.
So I'm gonna try to do it. I'm gonna try to ask you. I'm gonna try to come Wednesday.
Awesome.
So and I'm gonna ask you if you can do like something boxing.
Tell me if you'll after, okay? Okay. Yes, sir.
You're here every day. I'm here every day. I'm here in this class.
I'm normally here every single day, except sometimes I'm just teaching online classes in the back room. But I am present in the studio usually every single day. So unless, something's wrong, unless I have family stuff. So, awesome. Great job today, guys. I really liked what I was seeing. The sitting stances have come a long way. 9 blocks, alternating blocks look good. Let's go ahead. We should have about 5 minutes left or so. We're gonna have a little bit of fun.
We should do ninja set.
Okay, I was actually gonna play a game. If you guys want to try to play a game of Ninja Says, we'll try it. So how Ninja Says works, do you guys know it's the easiest game in the world? It's Simon Says, but Ninja Says it. So if you move and Ninja didn't say so, you're out, you have to take a seat. Remember, you're not only playing against us, you're also playing against Miss Shreve. She's on the camera. While you guys can't see her, she can certainly see you. So I'm gonna get the shoulder out here. Yes, sir. What's your question?
Could we do ninja sets with the staffs?
Oh, with the bow staff? Maybe not today, just because you don't know as many moves as you need to, okay? So we'll get this shoulder up. Ninja Says, starts right now. Ninja Says, attention. Ninja Says bell. Guarding six, ah! Ooh, Ninja Says, guarding six, ah! All right. If you did not move, take a seat, because Ninja said so. If you did your punches, stay up. If you did not punch, take a seat. We're going to try that again. Ninja said you can jab, cross. Ninja says go. Ninja didn't hear anybody. Ninja says go. You guys can be way louder. Ready, go. Ninja didn't say so. I know. That's how I get you. That's how unless you've played me a lot before, that's how I get you. And attention. Ninja didn't say so. You guys flinch. If you flinch, even a bit, take a seat. All right. Mr. Nathan is our winner. Let's give him a big round of applause. Do I let you know? Mr. Nathan has a secret. How long have you been playing Ninja Says, buddy? So he started playing Ninja Says almost a year ago. So he's, it looks like he's an orange belt, but he's like a black belt.
Can we do one more round?
We do have time to play one more round, so we'll do one more here. We're going to do some fun stuff with it. All right. Ninja Says, attention. It's back. Ninja didn't say that. Ninja didn't say go. All right. Garden stick. Ninja didn't say go. Thank you for your honesty. Ninja said garden stick.
Wait, I just didn't say start.
I said Ninja said start. I remember. Don't worry, because I have been vested by that before. Ninja says jump right there. Ninja says go. Awesome. Do it again for me, even faster. Ready, go. Oh, Ninja didn't say so. Ready? Ninja says go. Good. I didn't hear anything now. Ready, go. Okay. All right. Back to attention. Thank you guys for your honesty.
So I do one more round.
Oh, we might be out of time today, but Miss Evelyn, you're the only one who can save us from a second win. Ninja says attention. There we go. Ninja says that. Garden stick, Ninja says garden stick, Okay, I'm just going to say this. Ninja said to aya. I'm hearing aya. Back to attention. Ninja says back to attention. And back. Oh, making me look like a fool. All right. I've got 30 seconds, all right? Ninja says garden stick, Ninja says jab, cross, jump, front kick. Ninja says go. Good. If you go hands up. Ready, go. Oh, try again. Ninja says go. Even faster. Keep those hands up. Ninja says go. All right. If you start after her, I'm going to call you out to her, right? You got to do that at the same time. If you start after him, I'm going to call you out, Mom. You got to, ma'am, not Mom. You got to do it at the same time. Back to attention. Ninja says attention. Ninja says back. Ooh, all right. Give yourself a round of applause. Now, Ninja didn't say so right here. Ooh, all right. Now, that's he also wins. That's the nice. Mr. Nathan wins again. Give him a round of applause. Nice job, sir. You guys right to this one. Ninja says you can take a seat, sir. Ninja says it's over. You guys rocked it today. Great job. Sitting stances look awesome. If these start to come along in our sitting stances, we will start to work the form. I have a funny feeling that no matter what, you guys are going to be able to work that form. Great job today. If you have any questions on what we're doing, curriculum sheets are out. So there should be curriculum sheets. Grab one. You can start memorizing that personal leadership. I believe you have humility, modesty, and courage this rotation. Other than that, fantastic job. I will see y'all soon. Stand it on up. Hurry up. Face the flag. Saki Kunye. Excuse me. Face the front. Saki Kunye. Nice lab. Let's go. Thank you. All right, guys, when you're out of here, good job today, guys. Watch with me. So, like, kids have to do their own moves? Is that what you're saying? But goodbye, Miss Serena. See how.